So who is ready to preview some vocabulary? You're going to love these two words. We only have two today, and one of them, I have a feeling we're going to get some giggles, okay? So we might have to get the giggles out in some way. The very first word, ready? You're going to say it with me, is belch.
Belch.
How many of you have heard the word belch? Raise your hand if you've heard that word. And it's okay if you haven't. So you've heard of the word. How many of you know what that means? You know what it means? All right. So what's it mean, Abigail?
A very loud, deep burp.
A very loud, deep burp, right? So wait a minute. Who thinks they can imitate a loud, deep burp?
No.
A loud, deep burp. You guys think? Do you think I can?
Yeah.
Think I might? Wait a minute. You want me to? I want you to. I want to see. Brendan, you think? Oh, I think I just heard a belch. Excuse you. I love the manners. So Brendan just belched, right? I have a great connection. How many of you have seen the movie Elf? Okay. My favorite and my husband's favorite part, right, is for those of you that haven't seen it, okay, Elf loves sugar. And so he downs this 2 liter of Coca-Cola, like the whole thing. And then he lets out this loud belch. And I mean, it's loud. It's like, and then he looks at everybody and he says, "Did you hear that?" Yeah. He did. So the A's, turn to your partner and tell him what a belch is. All right, as soon as you're done, I'll know you are ready to go when I see your moose antlers. Show me your moose antlers. Team 2, you actually yesterday summarized the plan is made, and that was the story we read before this wedding feast, right? So Lily, go ahead and Maggie, if you want to help her, like hold her whiteboard, and she's going to present to us and kind of review for us what we did from a plan is made, okay? Abigail, yeah, you're good there, honey. All right, go ahead, Lily, so we can all see.
They dressed Thor as Freya and Loki as the maid of honor to get Thor's hammer back.
All right, so they had to make this plan, right? Why do they have to make this plan? Why did they have to make this plan? Why did a plan have to be made? Sully?
So they could get Thor's hammer back.
So they could get Thor's hammer back. Think about the end of that chapter, a plan is made, and I want you to think what might be happening coming up in our next chapter. Now, our next chapter is the wedding feast, right? And we know some of our main characters. We know what's going to happen. We don't quite know how it's going to end, right? So we need to make some predictions. Good readers make good predictions, and they think about what might happen next, right? So I'm going to partner you up, and then you and your partner are going to talk, and on your clipboard, you're going to write down as many predictions as you might have for the next chapter, okay? So we'll partner up like we do A's and B's. So we're going to start by sharing a prediction, and then A's, you will go next, okay? And then you'll keep going back and forth. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to make as many predictions as you can. Thumbs up if you're following. Yeah? What questions do you have before you do that? Liam? Yeah, so Ben, can I borrow that? So you are going to write your predictions on this piece of paper. You're going to write as many as you can here. Good clarifying question, Liam. Anybody else? Any other questions? What questions do you have? All right, so about 2 minutes for you and your partner to talk and to write down as many things as you can. Go ahead. As you finish up your predictions, I want you and your partner to choose, each one of you can choose one prediction to put on a sticky note, okay? So one prediction to put on one of your sticky notes. So each partner should have a sticky note filled out for their prediction. All right, do I have anybody left that needs to still put a prediction up? No, all set? All right. So I see a lot of the same word up here for some predictions, and that word is fake. Read some of the predictions that we have that you guys made. So it says Thor will get mad at Thrym when he gets his hammer back. He will rip Thrym, I don't know, his clothing. Oh, but wait a minute. That reminds me, it's called the wedding feast, right? So how many of you have been to a wedding before? How many have been to? That's okay. If you've been to a wedding, raise your hand. Okay, so what's happened at a wedding? Like, what's a wedding all about? What's a wedding all about? What do you think, Greg?
I forgot.
You forgot? You were there, you were having a good time, you forgot what the wedding was about? It's a good time, right? You get to be with a bunch of people, but what's it about? What is a wedding? What's a wedding? Maggie?
About love.
Okay, about love. So what happens at this wedding? Noel?
Get to marry.
People get married. You sounded very serious. Next, I need you to use your table of oh, this is so bad. Table of contents, thank you so much. And I want you to find our next chapter, right? So we want to use our text features. We want to go to our table of contents. We want to find our next chapter, which is chapter 5, I believe. And then, Zoe, what page is that on for us, honey?
That is on 48.
48, awesome. So let's turn to page 48. As soon as you're there, I'll know you're there when your hand is just on the page like this.